Hi, welcome to the Digital Media Parent Meeting. I'm Lisa Wadzek. I'm going to be your tour guide on your digital media adventure next year. So hopefully this presentation will help you understand a little bit more about what it is that you'll be doing and expectations that I have for you. And at the end of the course, I'll have some information for you. So if you want to reach out to me individually and ask any questions that you may have, I'm here for you. So first of all, digital media is a capstone program. That means that the things that you're working on here are going to be a little bit higher level than what you would be doing at your home high school. It means that you're actually considering doing this as a career. So we're going to not only look at how to do the different programs and create different things, but what are the skills we need to do this on a professional level so that we can get paid doing something that we love. You'll get credit for multiple courses while you're here. And that's the other neat thing about being at the JATC is that by having all these courses from the same teacher, I can show how they work together to help combine and make you even more skilled in the areas that you're interested in. So the different credits that or courses that you can get credit for is in the first semester, everybody will get credit for Digital Graphic Arts Intro, Digital Media 1, which is also a concurrent enrollment class through SLIC, Digital Media 2. So everybody gets credit for all three of those. The second semester, I don't know if you've heard this, but I actually give you the opportunity to choose a pathway and decide what area do you want to specialize in as you get closer towards working in your career. So depending on the pathway that you choose, that's going to adjust what courses you get credit for. For example, digital print design is for graphic students. 3D graphics, which is also concurrent enrollment, is for animation students along with 3D animation. The game dev class is for game design students. So it just kind of depends on which pathway you choose. Don't get caught up too much in which classes am I going to get credit for, because remember the ultimate goal is to build the skills in a pathway that you're interested in getting a career in, and then the courses will just naturally follow with that. If you are really concerned about what classes you can get college credit for, the SLIC 1080, which is first semester, again, everybody gets, it's 4 credits. And then second semester, only the animation students will be taking 3D graphics, and only the graphics students will be taking the Intro to Drawing course where you can get college credit. The 4 pathways that you can choose from when you're here for second semester is graphics, animation, audio video production, and game development. They all have skills that are similar. That's why we do everything together first semester. You're just going to second semester specialize and get deeper into some of those higher end skills based on the pathway that you want to go into. Attendance is extremely important in this class. I can't expect everybody out there to have a really amazing fast computer that can run the software that we have, let alone having the money to purchase the software that we use in class. Therefore, I have really high expectations about you being here in class and on time and ready to participate when class starts. So you are expected to be here every day. Part of this is also going back to the Salt Lake Community College standards. They have a high expectation for attendance as well, and that's one of the reasons why I set it the way I do. You are not allowed to have more than 3 absences per quarter and still receive credit for the course. It's a college requirement. One thing that I do to make that a little bit easier for you is that if you do miss more than 3 days, I allow you to make up those absences by coming in after school or on early morning Fridays or something of that nature so that you can make up the time with me and still receive credit for the course. If you receive 3 tardies, that is the same as having 1 absence. So again, you just need to make sure that you are coming to class on time and you're ready to go. Once again, if you do need to make up time, because I do know that sometimes things happen or we get sick, I definitely don't want you coming to class if you're sick. You just need to communicate with me. And if you do have extenuating circumstances with, such as this year, we've had COVID, we've had to deal with and stuff, you just need to make sure that you're communicating with me. All right, so I mentioned previously about college credit. Concurrent enrollment means that while you are enrolled in your high school class, you're also receiving college credit while taking the same class. You're going to get, the class will show up on your college transcript. If you've never done concurrent enrollment before, you do have to apply to be a student at Salt Lake Community College. Normally, they have a $40 fee to do that, but SLCC has decided that next year they are going to waive that one-time $40 fee to be a student at Salt Lake Community College. That's really cool. So if you've never done it before, it's not going to cost you that $40 to sign up. If you have done concurrent before, unfortunately, they won't do a refund for paying the $40 in previous years, but it just means that you're enrolled and you're ready to go to get more college credit. They do, however, charge a $5 tuition fee for every one credit that you get. So, for example, the Digital Media 1080 class is a 4-credit class. And so that would cost you $20 in tuition. So basically what you need to do is you do have to be registered as a Salt Lake Community College student before we start our high school class in the fall. So I've included a link here. I've also got a link on my website on the JATC webpage so that you can go in and just fill out the information that you need in order to be enrolled. One question that they will ask you is, what is your state student ID? And you can get that just by logging into Skyward and clicking on your personal info, and you'll just see it listed in there. But again, this has to be done before school starts, because that first week of high school, we're going to, as a class, go in and go into the college registration side and add your concurrent enrollment classes so that you're enrolled in the appropriate college classes. One of the other things that we do in this class is work towards industry certifications. That's part of that, working on a higher level and preparing for industry. Currently, there are 7 Adobe certifications that are available. So there's Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, Animate, Premiere, Dreamweaver, and After Effects. Typically, as an adult, to go into a certification testing center and take one test, it would cost you $85 to $100 for one test and one retake. And if you didn't pass both of those, you'd have to pay that fee again in order to try again. What's really cool is we work with Adobe so that we have an educational classroom with Adobe, which means that you're going to pay a one-time $100 fee to our school, and then we turn around and give that to Adobe, and that gives you unlimited attempts at all 7 certifications while you're here at the JATC. So if you figure, if you take all 7 of those tests and you paid $100 per test, that's $700, let alone if you didn't pass it in the first 2 attempts. So it's a really good deal. I have had students leave having passed all 7 certifications when they leave. The average is more like 2 or 3. It just kind of depends on your personal drive and dedication to how many certifications you want to get under your belt before you leave. But during class, we work to prepare you so that you have the knowledge that you need for the test. We also give homework. It's an online website that gives you videos and practice tests and things that you can do that help you become even more prepared for when you go in and take those industry exams. Okay, so one cool thing that's happened in the last couple years is the state education department has been working with Adobe, and they've worked out a deal so that now, instead of you needing to buy the Adobe software in order to use it at home, all 7 through 12 grade students are able to download it for free. That is pretty dang cool, because normally you would go in and pay a student price of $20 a month, which is $240 a year, which actually is a lot cheaper than if you were paying for a professional level access that, hey, free is free. So you can go to adobe.com and you can log in with your Jordan District email. The password is your Jordan District email password, and you can download that software onto your computer right now if you want to. Some computers are going to be better than others with running the software, but a good place to start is to see if you can get Photoshop and Illustrator installed. Those are the first couple programs we'll be using in the fall. And then if your program is, or if your computer is a pretty good one, you can start installing things like Premiere or After Effects or some of the other programs that you're interested in. But for sure, if we could get everybody with Photoshop and Illustrator on your computers, you'll be sitting pretty good for this class. Okay, CTSOs are Career and Technical Student Organizations. They're basically, I hate to use the word club, but you've probably seen tables set up at your home high school for FBLA or DECA or things like that. So TSA is similar to those, but it's for technology students. It's the Technology Student Association. And one of the reasons why we like working with TSA is they like to help you build leadership skills, learn how to work with others, work as a team, set goals. You have opportunities for leadership. You can run for an office position if you want to be a TSA officer here at the JATC. We do a service project together, and we also take part in the competitions. And honestly, that's my favorite part. My students tend to just really rock those competitions. We've had, out of the last 6 years, 5 out of the last 6 years, we've taken first place in game design. 4 out of the last 6 years, we've had first place in video production. We've had several first places in children's storybook and animation and a bunch of the different categories that are available. There's a competition for everyone, depending on which pathway you're working in. If you take first place on a state level, then you have the opportunity to compete on a national level. This summer, we have 20 students from the JATC that will be competing on a national level. It is virtual this year, thanks to COVID, but who knows what that's going to look like for you guys. You would be, your nationals would be in June of 2022. So who knows what will be available to us in the future, but I've got good vibes going on for that. Okay, one of the other things that we do at the JTC is we have something called the JTC Portfolio Program. And this was built to help students bridge the gap between high school and career and college readiness. People found that when they graduated from high school, that's great, but what do I do now? I've heard I should go to college. Well, how do I get into college? How do I find the school that's right for me? How do I know how much it's going to cost? How do I pay for it? How do I get a job doing the things that I've just built all these skills for? So we work in these things during the course of the school year so that you're more prepared when you graduate from high school to move on to a career or furthering your education with college. So with this program that the JTC has put together, if you complete all the requirements by the end of the school year, they do have a medallion that is, at this point, all of the high schools in the Jordan School District have let you guys wear those at your high school graduations. There's not many things that you get to wear over that graduation gown. So it's pretty cool that you get to have that extra medallion on top of any other cords that you may have. The different areas of things that you're gonna work on, I've got this list here on the left. There's going to be a home page because you're putting this all together in a website that's going to have an about me statement, a picture of you in professional dress, cover letter, resume, references. And then the main categories are leadership, program competency, college readiness, and career readiness. So there's different activities that will help you be prepared in all those areas. And honestly, most of that stuff we're doing in this class anyway. And so I actually require working towards this portfolio as part of my class, because usually by the time we're done, all you have to do extra is go get a copy of your transcript or get a couple things signed here and there. You're usually pretty much ready to earn the portfolio just by being in my class and doing the work that you've been assigned. All right, so what are the fees that you'll need to pay by being in this program? First of all, the fees, you won't be able to pay them until in the fall, typically sometime in August. Your fees will show up in Skyward, so you can pay them the same way that you pay any of your other home high school fees. I already mentioned the $100 fee for industry certification. So that again gives you unlimited retakes of the Adobe tests. It also helps to pay for some of that online training software that I mentioned earlier that helps you prepare. We also have a $25 classroom fee, and that includes some of the supplies that we burn through, pens, pencils, animation paper. But I will be giving you a sketchbook from that fee because we do draw together as a class, and also the class t-shirt. So that's actually one of the first assignments that we do is we talk about the design process, and you get to try designing a shirt for this class. And then you guys get to vote on each other's designs and decide which one wins. And then we print t-shirts for everybody with that design on it. So the $25 classroom supply fee includes your t-shirt, your sketchbook, and basically the other drawing supplies that we use in class. The TSA, CTSO that I mentioned, there is a $5 membership dues for that. That $5 doesn't come here to the JTC, it goes to National TSA to register you with them. And honestly, even if you didn't do the competitions, if all you did is just become a member, that's still something really cool that you can put on your resume, that you were part of a CTSO organization while in high school. It's one of those things that make you stand out a little bit when you're applying for scholarships and jobs. Okay, there are a couple other fees that will come up, but I don't require them at the beginning of the year. Because it pops up towards the end of the year. But we do participate in two competitions. The first one's the Digital Media Arts Festival. The fee for that has been in the past $10, and that includes a shirt from the competition. They feed you lunch. There's breakout sessions that we get to attend. It's a pretty fun activity, and it's typically down at UVU. And then the other competition that we do is the Utah High School Film Festival. Their fee has been $15, but again, it includes lunch, a t-shirt, breakout sessions. They're really pretty cool festivals to go and attend and just see what other students like yourselves are participating in. But we wait for the fees on that till closer to the time when they're happening in April and May, just in case those organizations make any adjustments. But I'll keep you posted on those. And then the other fee that I did not list on here would just be that tuition that you would pay to Salt Lake Community College for your courses, but that does not get paid to the JETC. When I help you guys enroll in your college class the first week in the fall, I'm also going to show you where your tuition, where your bill shows up for that, and how you can pay for that online or in person if that's what you decide to do over at the college. All right, so speaking of the college, we are actually on the college campus. We're at the Salt Lake Community College South Campus, which is just off of Bangerter and 90th South. And it's a really neat facility, but because we are on SLIC's campus, we do have to pay their parking fees. Since Salt Lake Community College is the one that patrols the parking lots, they are the ones that give tickets, and we can't do anything if you get a ticket. So you need to make sure that you're following their rules and regulations for parking. So at the beginning of the year, we will walk you through that. But basically, don't go to the community college's website and buy a pass now, because what that would do is charge you a normal student's price. So you'd have to pay $20 for the first semester and $20 for the second semester. We have a deal worked out with them so that you only have to pay $20 one time for the full year, but we have to kind of do it in a certain way. So that first week or so of school, you'll get an email with the instructions on how to sign up and get your parking pass. And again, it is just a one-time $20 fee. If you don't think you're going to be driving that much, you can, if the day arises where it's like, well, I really just need to drive today, there is a kiosk in the parking lot where you can buy a one-day pass for $2. But if you're going to be here, drive 10 days or more through the school year, you might as well just get that $20 parking pass. There are buses provided from all of the high schools for both the morning session and the afternoon session. They get you here with plenty of time to make it down to the class and then make it back to the buses to get back to your classes at your home high school. So buses are provided, but if you decide to drive, you just need to make sure you get a slick parking pass. All right, I know this is not your favorite thing to see, but I do require some summer homework. This just helps you to be a little bit more prepared as you are coming into my course in the fall. It's really not that hard, but it gets you thinking about some of the things that we're going to be doing. So there is a link on my website on the JTC webpage that's got the details of what you're doing for your summer homework. So you'll open this up, and what you're going to see is the first thing is I want a resume. Now, this doesn't have to be the coolest resume in the world. This is basically, consider this your rough draft. I want you to try and get down what the things you do know about yourself and the little bit of formatting you do know on making a resume right now. And then throughout the year, we'll be updating it and formatting it to make sure that your resume is on a professional level. The second thing that I have on here is the Career Explorer Assessment. So if you click on the link, it's going to take you to this website where it's just going to go in and ask you questions like, would you rather dig a hole or fly a kite? On a scale of 1 to 5, are you very interested or not very interested in helping somebody plan something? So they're just kind of weird, generic questions. But by the time you get done, it gives you these results that shows these are careers that you might want to consider based on the interests that you have. And then when you get done and it brings up those results for you, you're going to do a screen capture and put that in a Google Doc, and also come up and click on the URL up here at the top, copy the URL of your feedback and save that in the Google Doc as well. That way you'll have access to that information throughout the year. Plus it's something that you'll be putting in your JATC portfolio when we're working towards that medallion. All right, the next item on our homework is a learning styles quiz. So this one really is not that long. It's maybe, it's not going to come up on my school filter, so make sure you do this one at home. That's why it's homework. But it's just going to ask you questions, again, that are kind of some generic questions about, and it will help you understand a little bit better which way you learn best. And what's so cool about that is once you understand that, gosh, you know what, I find that I actually learn best by doing, which means that I can't just watch a video that shows me how to do something. I have to follow along when I'm watching the video so that I'll remember it better, and different things like that. So based on the learning style that you have, it gives you tips at the end on ways to help you learn your information better. That will help you be more successful in your high school, and also if you go on to college, it'll help you be more successful there. So once again, when you're done with the quiz, you're just going to do a screenshot of your results and put that into a Google Doc. Number 4 is a drawing. I know a lot of you have already given me samples of your artwork, but I want you to just do a traditional drawing on a piece of paper. I don't care if it's ink or pencil. I just don't want you to do this one digitally. A lot of you submitted digital artwork that you've done. This particular one, I just want to see your base drawing skills. Do not be worried about this. Some of you are better at your drawing skills than others because we do so many different things in this class. I've got some of you that are AP art level, and I've got some of you that start sweating bullets if we have to draw stick figures. That's okay. You guys are coming all over the place. The goal is for me to see with everyone where your drawing skills are at so that I can help you improve a little throughout the year while you're here. The last thing that you're going to do is write a letter to yourself. Basically, why are you taking this class and what are your goals? What are you hoping to get out of this? And if you find that you're having a struggle, you're getting discouraged in the middle of the year, what would you tell yourself to motivate you to follow through and finish what your goals were? So you can just use Word or Google Docs for that, and you're going to save that and submit it as well. So you've got 5 items that you'll be doing this summer. Honestly, it's probably only a couple hours of work with everything combined, so having a whole summer to do that's not that bad. We do use Canvas in this course. However, I don't use the Jordan District Canvas. One of the reasons why I don't is because I have students coming from high schools from all over the district, and you're in different classes depending on what your pathway choices are. So when the district set me up on their Canvas, they had me as like 80 different Canvas courses in there. And so it's just easier for me to run it through the base Canvas site. So whenever you're doing stuff for me, you're going to go to canvas.instructure.com. It's not set up yet because I need to verify the email that you want me to use for Canvas before I send you an invite. To verify that email, you're going to fill out the online disclosure through the JTC website, and I'll show you where that is in just a minute. So just be watching. Once you filled out that online disclosure, I'll be able to send you an invite so that you can get into Canvas and start submitting your work there. Okay. Yeah, here's our lovely screenshot just talking about Canvas. Again, be watching for the invite that you get from me. When you go in and do that invite, it's going to ask you if you already have a password. You don't. The password that you have is for your Jordan School District Canvas. That's a completely different website. So make sure that when you go in and accept my course and you're setting up your account that you choose to make a password and that you save it, write it down somewhere because I can't look up that password for you. So just make sure that you keep track of whatever you set that up to be. Okay, so your checklist, the things that you need to do before the school year starts. We'll, there we go, make sure that's updated there. So you're going to need to read the disclosure on the JTC website. You're going to need to fill out the online disclosure and form. So it used to be you would go to class and I'd hand out 10 different sheets and you'd have to get signatures on all of them, and we'd remember to turn in some and not others. We've made that all streamlined so you can do it all in one place with the Google form on the internet. You just need to make sure that you do that with your parents. You do need to make sure that you apply for Salt Lake concurrent enrollment before the school year starts. Again, if you have already done concurrent enrollment before, you do not have to apply again. You're going to watch for that Canvas invite from me. You're going to get your summer homework done, and then you're going to make sure that you pay your fees in the fall. So if you've got any questions after that, I am here for you. You're welcome to email me at any time. But if you would like to do a Zoom meeting with me, I'm going to have some office hours set up specifically for parent meetings on Monday, May 10th from 2 to 6 p.m. and then on Tuesday, May 11th from 2 to 6 p.m. If those times don't work for you, again, just reach out to me and I'm sure we can work something out where we can meet together. And again, I'm always happy to respond to phone calls and emails. If you want to sign up for a parent meeting so that you can meet with me, there's a link at the bottom here, which is also on the JTC website, that will take you to Sign Up Genius. And you will just go in there and choose what day and time you want to meet, put in your email, and I will send you the link for the Zoom meeting so that you'll have that when it's time to go. So thanks again for being here with me. I know these parent meetings can get kind of long, so I didn't want to read through my disclosure in this meeting as well, but make sure that you read through the disclosure and reach out if you have any questions. And I'm really excited to see you guys in the fall. Have a good summer.